Hello there, humans, ghouls, and mutated fools. My name is Mara, and I am a mutated zombie. I welcome you back to this channel. Currently, we are playing Cinderella Phenomenon, and last episode, I chose Karma as my love interest. We found out that Waltz and Fritz are lock choices, which is shenanigans. And we're getting into the meat and potatoes. I mean, we're getting into the romance section. I'm on chapter 3 now. I'm not sure how many chapters there are. I'm not going to look it up. I usually don't look up how many chapters there are in a game until I feel like we're nearing the end. And I'm like, okay, it's been feeling like the end for a couple chapters. How much more is there? I'm pretty sure that Karma is this rose and red crystal. Karma's been wearing this flower thing. It's part of their costume, so I'm pretty sure this is them. And I'm gonna say it's Beauty and the Beast. We'll find out if I'm right. But yeah. Continue. Yeah, chapter 3. We're on chapter 3. I decided to go search for Karma as soon as I am done with Mr. Broom. I like Mr. Broom. Just saying, Mr. Broom's adorable. Or as soon as it is done with me. He should be sitting at the bar or at the table. I find him at the usual table, talking to Waltz, who has his hands on a box. Why, if it isn't the princess, lovely morning, isn't it? It is the same as any other. Nonsense, every morning brings new opportunities, right, Waltz? I guess so. Every day there's another chance for a good deed, princess. Right. No clever comments today, princess. I do so enjoy them. Maybe coming to Karma was a bad idea. I would love to stay and offer advice, but Walt and I are better be off. We do have work to do. You mean that you're going to put me to work? Work? Parfait asked us to pick up some provisions for the tavern. She asked us, but in the end it will be me carrying everything. You'd make a lady carry everything? Karma suddenly stops, then whirls to look at me with wide eyes. Oh! I cannot say that I like the glimmer in his eyes. How would you like to help, Princess Lilac? I'm sure this would count as one of your good deeds. I'm pretty sure that's not how this works. Oh, Waltz, you're no fun. Helping Karma carry things does not sound pleasant, but I'll go. They are shocked. Truly? Oh my. Walt, it seems I will not be requiring your assistance today. Princess, are you sure? Perhaps this might be considered a good deed. Besides, I'll finally get to leave this place for the first time since I've been here. I am sure. Okay, take good care of the princess, Karma. Of course. For the rest of the day, Karma takes me to different shops around the town, reading off a long list and giving me the coins to buy things. I notice that the townspeople treat me nicely when the two of us are together. I don't understand why everyone likes Miss Karma so much, but maybe it is because they do not really know him. We stop in the middle of the town and sit at a small cafe on the outskirts to take a break. Miss Karma is still the picture of elegance. Why do you dress like a woman? Damn, straight out the gate. Darling, not so loud. Why is this even a secret? It's related to my curse. I mentioned that before, didn't I? What was your curse again? Karma was one of the only people at the tavern who did not share what his curse was. Is knowing my curse even so important? You know what my curse is, so tell me what yours is. You dragged me around town to help carry your things. But princess, those weren't even my things. They weren't mine either. Okay, I will tell you, though it is very sad. I don't think a curse is meant to be a happy thing. I have the beauty's curse. It is what forces people to fall in love with me every time they see my handsome face. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say that works, because when you walked into that shop, my heart went boom. Is that really a curse? That does not seem awful at all. It is totally awful! There's a movie with this premise. I can't remember what it's called. It's a really good movie. Oh, what is it? What's the name of the movie? I don't remember the name of the movie. I will put in the name of the movie if I when I'm editing this, because I do not remember the name of the movie right now. It is such a good movie. it has Wilderama in it, and it has uh uh other people. The songs are pretty good. What's the name of the movie? Dang it! But this is basically the premise of the movie. A prince is cursed so that everyone falls in love with him. Well, every woman falls in love with him. And it will only be broken when he finds real love. It's such a good movie. It's gonna bother me until I remember the name of that movie. Terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. What? Most people don't agree with me. I understand what this curse would mean, so yes, I agree with you. It does not make sense for a witch to cast a good curse on you. I guess it doesn't, does it? Thank you, Princess Lilac. Why is he thanking me? Still, it feels like I'm missing something. Is that really the entirety of his curse? But don't people fall in love with you when you are a woman as well? No, Princess, that love is admiration or appreciation, sometimes lust. And when you're a man? They swarm to me like moths to light, become suffocating. Whom does it affect? The curse only affects women. It is a condition of the curse that they be a woman and that I be a man. It's part of the fairy tale. Which fairy tale? The one with... Oh! Karma suddenly stands up and points at a man selling red apple-like candies. He pulls me over, insisting that we try one. I try to bring up the subject of the curse again, but to no avail. Karma somehow manages to be distracted for the rest of the day and is able to effectively dodge my questions. You go, Karma. Is Karma hiding something from me? Why would he? I thought pairing up meant helping each other break our curses. It doesn't mean that, you get to learn every single little detail of that person's life. I mean, I'm sure if they wanted to delve deep into your life with your mom, you wouldn't want to. You'd probably repeat what she said, but I'm sure you'd keep some things secret. Does he not want to break his curse? Oh, thank you so much, Lilac. We were in dire need of these supplies. I supervised her well, didn't I? Of course, dear. He did not do anything. Aw, Princess, you wound me. He read off a list and took you to the shops and made sure you had the money for him. It's the truth. But we had that nice talk. You avoided half of my questions. Karma lets out an exasperated sigh that becomes a very forced yawn. I'm going to bed. Today has been a tiring day. Please excuse me, darlings. Sleep well. Sleep well, Karma. Karma walks away, leaving me alone with Parfait. He's not so bad, you know. I don't know why I agreed to work with him. Give him a chance, Lilac. I did not get a single good deed today. It's not about the act, but about the intentions. Yes. Did Karma just use me then? I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Tonight I will rethink my partnership. No! Sticking with Karma. You can't make me leave. I barely sleep that night. When I wake up the next day, my body is sore from carrying supplies around town yesterday. The more I think about Karma, the more my anger boils inside of me. How could I not have gotten a good deed yesterday? I decide to find him first thing in the morning. I see him at his usual table, once again staring out the window. A dark aura seems to surround him, and I notice that no one is sitting with him today. Karma? He keeps staring outside, and his eyes are glassy. Karma! Oh, Princess, good morning. It is far from a good morning. I did not sleep at all last night. What a shame. His voice is surprisingly cold, his tone rather dismissive. I was too busy thinking about yesterday. You told me that helping you would maybe help me complete a good deed. I point at my necklace, which hasn't changed at all since I received it. Do you see? Not another piece. You get pieces added to your glass slipper? That's charming. I was thinking that pairing up with you was a bad idea. Aww. Princess, did you just say that you were paired up with me? I did. You must have known. Oh my, I assumed that you just wanted to help me. I didn't know you were pairing up with anyone. That's right. I never told him directly I wanted to partner up. Should I have? Well, it does not matter what I say anymore because I do not think you can help me. Princess, I can help you do a good deed. Oh, I can't help you. Princess, I can't help you do a good deed. You have to do them on your own. I can present you with opportunities, though. Opportunities? We start first by thawing the ice around your heart. So even Karma is calling me the Ice Princess. At least I speak my mind and don't pretend to be someone I am not. And I do not promise things I cannot deliver either. Princess, I do believe you misinterpreted my words yesterday. That is not my fault. Patience is a virtue. Now, if you could, I would like some time alone. I did not sleep well yesterday. Didn't sleep well? Oh dear, that makes all three of us. Rumple! I turn around and see Rumple appear at the front door. He strides toward the table with a confident grin on his face and then takes another seat. Karma lets out a sigh. Foul man, what are you doing here? You flirt with a man once and he hates you, is that it? No, you flirt with a man and then you insult him unnecessarily. Oh, I thought that was all in good fun. Something about the expression on Rumple's face tells me that it is not true at all. Are they always going to be at each other's throats now? Yes. What are you doing here, Rumple? I couldn't help but overhear that you were looking for a partner, Princess. I thought I might offer my assistance, since I know that I can make you far happier than this fool over here. No! I don't want to be with Rumple right now. I want to be with Karma. Would you like me to hit you again? Yes. Hit him! Hit him! What is the problem, sir? I only came to provide assistance wherever you could not. Rumple turns to me, grabs my hand, and winks at me. What do you say, Princess? We would be wonderful partners, and in no time at all, I swear I would have your heart aflutter. Blech! Before I can slap his hand away, Karma slaps him instead. Yay. I cannot help the surprise on my face. Would you like another slap? I am in no mood for pleasantries today. Karma is protecting me from an assaulter. I mean, he's an assaulter right now, because, you should not grab a person when they do not want to be touched. Which you should always believe is all the time. Unless they, give you the goo-goo eyes or something. I don't know how I ever mistook you for a lady. You're the most brutish man here. A slap for each cheek, darling. Would you like a third? Rumple stands abruptly from the table and glares at Karma. I can almost see electricity bouncing between the two of them as they stare over my head at each other. We see Jurian walking towards us with a stern look on her face. I would never hurt a person unnecessarily. I don't resort to violence. My, then that gives me all the openings I need. Rumple's been slapped too many times. Too many slaps. I'm gonna have to stand up for Rumple. No matter how annoying Rumple is, I don't think he deserves to be abused so much. Besides, Karma does not usually lash out like this. I move to stand in front of Rumple. Princess? This is pathetic, Karma. I know you're not in the mood for pleasantries, but that is no excuse to hurt Rumple. Princess, please move. You are acting like a petulant child. And you would know. Fine, you're right. I wasn't expecting him to so easily admit to a mistake. I turned to Rumple. I was only standing up for you, Rumple, because Karma is annoying me. I looked down at my necklace, but there's no extra piece. So that wasn't a good deed either. Alright, what's happening over here? Jurian comes to stand in front of us, her expression stern. Oh, nothing, my sweet. I was just showing myself out. Thank you, Princess Lilac. Rumple leaves, and I am alone with Karma. He slumps back down into his chair. After making sure that he won't do anything rash again, Jurian leaves us. Oh! Okay. I'm sorry, Princess. It appears I really was being a child. Rumple is harmless, and there was no reason for me to act as uncivilized as I did. What would Father think? Father? Oh, it's nothing, but please, if you would, can you give me some time alone? Fine. I leave Karma sitting there by himself and return to the front of the tavern where Anise has more chores waiting for me. Today I have to work as a server, which is still better than working with Mr. Broom. The usual people are at the tavern, and I overhear conversations as I work. At one point, Garland walks over to the bar, and Anise serves him a drink. He looks sullen, and I watch him curiously for a few moments. Then I notice that he's staring at Jurian, who is talking sternly to two drunken men continuously clacking their bottles together at a table. If you make too much of a scene here, you're going to bother the other customers. But the same people are here all the time, eh? We're not bothering anyone, hun. Garland looks so agitated. What is wrong with him? I'll not stand to have you call me that again. Loosen up, woman. You may have been a knight at the palace before, but you got no such title now. Garland stands up and I can see silent anger in his eyes. A few people at the bar look up at him with worry. I may have no title, but I still demand respect. Sir Garland, are you okay? He looks back at us almost like he's coming out of a trance. I'm fine. Sorry about that, ladies. He sits back down, glancing once more at Jurian as she continues speaking to the man. They glance at Garland warily, their expressions more somber. Why was he acting that way? Garland's usually more composed. Princess, is something on your mind? No. I brush all thoughts of what just transpired from my mind as I return to my work. Hours go by and my body protests to all of the leading I have to do. Even though I had to carry a lot around town yesterday, it was nice to be out for a while. Maybe I am better off helping him just to avoid chores in here. At least that stops me from being worked to the bone. Oh, Princess, you're doing very well today. I always perform like this. But today you're delivering everything really quickly. Do you mean to say that I don't perform well on other days? You were very bad at the beginning and now you're doing better. Take the compliment. No, Princess. I only mean to say that today your performance is even better than normal. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Yes. I walk away from Anise, who stares after me sadly. If she wanted to give me a compliment, she could have said something that wasn't so backhanded. That wasn't backhanded. Considering you're new. As the tavern clears for the day, I finally have time to sit down and relax. As I am sitting there, Waltz pulls up a chair and sits in front of me. Hello, Princess. I heard from Anise that you were excellent at your job today. Congratulations on improving. Princess? So you're mocking me too? So you're mocking me now too? Princess, I think you're taking things too seriously. The intention of a compliment is to, compliment someone. We're not making fun of you. You're implying that I am not normally as good at this. We never said you weren't good at this, only that you were better today. Let me give you an example. I put on puppet shows for kids. Sometimes the children come to me and say that the show is even better than usual. So the children are telling you that your shows aren't normally satisfactory. Not at all. The children always smile regardless of whether they really like the show. So long as you're trying your best, that's all that matters. The people in the bar are always smiling when you deliver food to them, aren't they? No, no one likes me here. Maybe if you smiled, they would smile back. I'm not going to smile for any of them. I do not owe them anything. You don't need to owe anyone a smile. Any smile that isn't owed is fake. What? You don't owe a smile? What? Princess. I'm leaving Waltz. I want some time to myself. I walk upstairs to my bedroom, pointedly ignoring the look of sadness on Waltz's face. I have been sleeplessly laying on my bed for hours. Sometimes I hear the sounds of people walking through the hallway. Who would be up at this time of night? I need to leave and get some fresh air. It is eerily quiet at night. I stop when I hear faint sounds coming from outside. What is that? Well, if you're curious about it, you might as well go outside. Well, I did say I need some fresh air. No point in backing out now. I walk to the front door. Princess? I turn to see Delora looking at me with amusement flickering in her eyes. Princess, what are you doing? Getting some fresh air. It's dangerous out at night, you know. You can't just keep me inside like some caged bird. I didn't say you had to stay inside. I said it was dangerous. You might need to get your ears checked. Then there won't be any problem with me going out right now. Princess, you only hear what you want to hear. You can't go outside without an escort. I'm not going to go far. Before Delora can stop me, I walk out of the front door and head in the direction of the sounds. You must be the most disobedient princess I've ever met. And you must be the most annoying witch. Delora lets out an undignified snort as she catches up to me. Fine then, we'll go on this little night stroll together. Ooh, Delora time. Delora and I eventually find ourselves in the forest. Those sounds, it sounds like metal against metal. Well, I guess with you being partnered with Karma, you would find out eventually. Excuse me? I get the answer to my question when we walk through the trees and come into a clearing. I finally see where the sounds are coming from. Whoa! Two men stand in the clearing, swords clashing. One of them men is Garland, who is poised with his sword. It takes me a moment to realize that the other is Karma, who isn't in a dress. So it was he who was with Waltz that night. Neither he nor Garland noticed this at first. Princess, you're staring. Of course I am. What is all of this? A practice session. Karma is a very talented swordsman, and he practices at night with either Jurian or Garland, depending on who's not on patrol. Karma can use a sword that well. The king told me once that only knights could have such a skill. Just who is Karma? Oh, if it isn't the princess. I've been caught. His voice is nothing like the feminine voice I always hear from him. Karma actually sounds like a man. Oh, what? There's a voice change? Oh dear. Oh dear. I notice him looking at me in between his strikes with a little smile. How does he remain so composed and steady with a distraction? Princess? Karma quickly finds an opening in Garland's hesitant stance, and then pins him to the ground with his sword, still smiling. To be distracted is to die, Garland. I know. The ability to see distractions and then put them in the back of your mind is one every knight should hone. You must know everything that is happening around you, but only deal with the pertinent things. Yes, sir. Oh, Karma is the teacher? Karma straightens, sword in hand. Moments later, Garland stumbles to his feet and gives an obedient bow. Karma nods at him before sheathing his sword. A slow melancholy begins to creep into my heart. For some reason, seeing this sword practice makes me nostalgic, though I'm not sure why. What are you practicing for? To protect, Princess. Knowing the sword is the same as knowing the shield. It's a means to protect. To protect? I think I remember having this kind of conversation with them before. I can never figure out how to counter an opponent when they're mere inches from my face. My commander called that one the enemy's kiss, a standoff where your eyes lock onto your opponents because of the proximity. The best way to counter that is to feint the sword in the opposite direction. It throws your opponent off because they're not looking. Oh, that makes sense. But the enemy's kiss, what a name. It seems so dramatic for a sword move, doesn't it? Swordplay is dramatic though, isn't it? Isn't the most effective swordplay not meant to be splashy? Princess, I didn't notice you there. Good morning, Princess. Well, the most effective swordplay cannot be protected. The commander says it needs to be robust. And quick. Sometimes swordplay can look like dancing though, which is why some think that professionals are flashy. That seems unnecessary. Everyone has their own methods, their own skills. All of us knights fight for different reasons as well. Isn't it to protect all of us in the palace? Well, yes, but we protect everyone in the castle for different reasons, Princess. The knights protect for different reasons. I turn to Karma. But Karma, you are not a knight. No, I'm most definitely not. But since Garland and Jurian begged me to teach them, I have somehow become their mentor. There's no way Garland and Jurian would do that. After all, the both of them were the best knights in Angiel before they were stripped of their titles. Karma actually speaks the truth. Jurian and I really did have to get down on our knees and beg him to instruct us. What? Is Karma really so talented? So you're finally impressed with me? What do you think, Princess? I am the picture of elegance in this outfit, aren't I? I don't know why you and Rumple fight so often. You really are very similar. Don't compare me to that fool. He has no class. Just because you come from different backgrounds doesn't mean he has less class. So the reason you were so tired today is because you do these practices at night? Oh, I suppose I've been caught red-handed. Why does this have to be a secret? Does it have to do with Karma's curse? But he is not in his disguise now. We could have been working on breaking our curses today, but no, you decided that staying up late into the night and practicing was more important. That's probably why you were grumpy this morning. Well, our protection is vital, don't you think? Garland, you were at the palace. How is it that Karma possesses more skill with the sword than you? Princess. Karma is special, Princess. He's more talented with the sword than a lot of other people. And I do pride myself on being a splendid instructor. But never fear, Princess. I will help you dispel your curse. After all, you did just suggest that we were still partners. Can you really help me with my curse? But how will he do that by just presenting opportunities? We'll try again tomorrow, darling, but for now, Garland and I have some more work to do. This time, Garland, do not lose focus. Yes, sir. The sound of swords carries through the night and The sound of swords carries through the night air, and for a long while I stand with Delora watching the two men fight. Karma chides Garland often, telling him that his concentration is waning. Karma is a good swordsman, perhaps even better than the palace knights. His nimble swordplay repeats again and again in my head, even when I return to the tavern for the night. Ah! It's another dream! But this time it didn't say a dream. Oh, so we're going on another memory. Like, I've told you before that knights are an unruly bunch. But mother, they are so much fun to watch. They are dangerous, Lilac. Any person with a sword has the potential to use it on you. But father says that those knights are supposed to protect me. That they are, as that is their order. But as people, they may not be so good, Lilac. Not so good? The king has told you that the knights are meant to use swords to protect you, but you cannot trust them completely. Even though father said they could keep me safe? Sometimes the people we trust are the most deceitful, and a man with a sword has a weapon to use against you. No matter what he says, be wary that he can turn it on you. Then why not teach her swordplay too so she can protect herself? Why just, warn her to distrust everyone as opposed to giving her weapons of her own to use? Haven't I told you before that you should not trust people? But the knights are... Even knights can be treacherous, Lilac. Do not trust a man with a sword. He can be dangerous. Yes, mother, I understand. Try to understand, my sweet. I only want you to be safe. Yes, I understand. Aww. Chapter 4. Girlfriends! Jurian, if you don't come at me like you truly mean to stab me, you'll never land a hit. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Oh. It's been about 2 weeks since I first met Karma here in the forest practicing with Garland. I've come here every night since then, though I never stay long as Karma since I actually have work to do in the mornings. Alright, here I come. Their two swords clash and Karma laughs as he throws Jurian back and taps her lightly on the shoulder with his sword. That makes 4 hits. That one was easy. Is that the best you could do, Jurian? I noticed that every time Karma practices with Jurian, he's in his Miss Karma disguise. That makes sense. He said it's because of the curse and because he does not want Jurian to fall in love with him. Isn't he being overdramatic? I doubt someone like Jurian could fall in love with Karma. Be subtle and quiet. Garland tells me that you're usually good at that. I am, sir. Then why the exception today? Sir... Darling, it wouldn't happen to be because of the way I'm dressed, would it? Are you still not used to it? Hit the nail on the head, have I? It is not a very chivalrous... It is not very chivalrous to hurt a lady, of course, but the logic applies to men as well. An enemy is an enemy, Jurian, even if your enemy is a delicate flower like myself. Delicate flower. Jurian, you should hit him on the head for that. But Princess... He is not delicate at all. Jurian laughs and I scowl at her. Is she laughing at me? You just made a joke, chickie. You and Karma seem to get along. I doubt it. Oh, Princess, you wound me. You always say that. You wound me where Jurian's blade cannot. Something flashes in Jurian's eyes as she readies her sword again. Karma stands ready as Jurian rushes at him with her sword. Their swords clash again. I wonder. Karma, your back's open. Karma turns, Jurian taps him on the shoulder and laughs aloud. I did it, a single hit. It looks like you have a weakness too, Karma. No, it wasn't a weakness. It was a lack of sleep catching up with me. Why did he listen to me? He told Garland the other day that it was crucial to only listen and watch the most important things. Alright, practice is over for now. I can see Garland coming for his practice. Karma walks to a corner to have a drink. We should probably head back to the tavern soon, but there is something I want to see first. On her way out, Jurian gives a solemn nod to Garland. She pauses to say something to him and then looks at me, noticing my vague curiosity. I was just mentioning what a good swordsman Karma is. I haven't seen him fight, and Karma is a good swordsman. There's no doubt about it. Yet, is practicing with him really so special? He is fast on his feet and quick with his reactions. He's an excellent person to train under, even better than most of the commanders in the palace. I can second that. Even better than Ross. Remember him? The first commander we trained under, the one that punished slow learning with extra exercises. You always had to do more exercises than I did. Something about you being distracted. I was watching the way you swung your sword to make sure you didn't hurt yourself. Oh, he's blushing. You've always been overprotective. They both suddenly stop to look at Karma, who is smiling slyly on the side. Why does he have that look on his face? It's obvious! Well, that's a sign. We can't keep the commander waiting. Garland shakes his head, his expression snapping back into something more serious. Garland has a crush. Right. The two exchange quick farewells before Jurian waves and steps out of the clearing, leaving Garland with Karma. You're in a dress today. Are you two really so opposed to hurting me when I'm in a dress? Or are you worried about ruining it? No. It's just so strange. You move so well even in a long dress. But yes, Jurian did mention almost stepping on it once. Impossible. I am the picture of elegance. Of course, sir. Karma shrugs Garland's comment off. The two ready their swords, then get right into practice. Jurian has taken over Garland's patrol now so that Garland can get in some practice time. So, Garland, have you told Jurian yet? No. The conversation that Karma always has with Garland is the real reason I stay behind to watch them practice. I don't know why Garland answers Karma's questions if doing so makes him so depressed. Will you ever say anything to her, Garland? Why don't you just confess to her already? Karma lands an easy hit on Garland, who sighs in response. Whenever Garland thinks about Jurian, he gets distracted. I don't understand his feelings at all, but seeing him remain quiet frustrates me. Jurian is talented at boys. I could never be good enough for her. Ah! Don't say that! You're good enough for everyone. You're such a cutie. And you're so, protective in such a good way. You'll never win a woman's heart if you don't compliment her as well, Garland. Well, she's pretty too, beautiful. And then there's me. Aren't they both knights? Haven't they been training together for a long time? Just say something to her. I can see why you wouldn't tell her. Just say something! Well, all you ever do is talk about her. Even Karma says your concentration is lacking because she is always on your mind. So just tell her. If she does not like you back, then that's it. If she doesn't like me back. Confessions are hard, princess. Very tedious. You're only saying that because you're dramatic about everything. The very nature of love is dramatic, darling. But enough idle chatter, sir. Let us continue our training. I end up staying longer than I intended. By the time I consider returning to the tavern, Garland and Karma are wrapping up for the night. I have a question for Karma, so I wait until Garland leaves before I approach him. You're still here, princess? Were you seeking out alone time with me by chance? I have enough of that every day when we run errands. I just have a question for you. You always come to the right person. What can I do for you, Princess Lilac? You ask Garland the same question every time you train, and he always tells you that he cannot confess. Karma nods in acknowledgement, but his attention is on his sword. He inspects it carefully before sheathing it. It frustrates me. You're frustrated? That look of his always annoys me. Oh my, it is annoying. Did you want to ask me why he won't confess because you're so frustrated? Yes. I suppose after almost 2 months I do know you a bit better. You do not know anything about me. And I do not know anything about Karma either. Confessing isn't easy, dear Lilac. Surely you must realize that the possibility of rejection is a significant deterrent. But if you never ask, you never get an answer, and the stress of worrying stays with you and ruins everything. Why are you staring at me? Is that the reason you're so blunt, princess? Blunt? You are far more blunt than I am. Princess Lilac, you truly are amusing. You're as sharp as a knight's blade. I am not amusing. That is a matter of opinion, darling. He really is insufferable. And yet I still come to him for advice. The scariest part of confession is the possibility of rejection. Can you imagine loving someone and then finding out that they don't feel the same way about you? My thoughts shift to the king. My chest tightens. Princess Lilac? Karma reaches out a hand to brush a strand hair out of my face. Ah! 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 I slap it away without realizing. He pulls his hand back with a gentle sigh. Aww. My apologies, princess. No, I cannot imagine. No? Loving someone and finding out they do not feel the same way. I always knew my father never loved me. My understanding is different from what Karma is referring to. Besides, I no longer hold any love in my heart for the king. I have already given up hope on him. Right? It is a good thing you haven't experienced a rejected love, princess. It is one of the worst feelings. Karma asked to be alone, so I returned to the tavern by myself that night. Aww. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Oh, Poor Karma, he made a move and was rejected. Oh, princess, you need to open your heart. Do not hurt Karma so. Ah. Alright. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and I hope you all are having a great day. Your advice today for surviving this zombie apocalypse, like there's gonna be another. Last time I said to make sure that you have good electricity set up so that you can stay in communication. This time, make sure that you got water, because fresh water makes it so that you don't get as sick, get you hydrated, it feeds your plants if you got a garden. Make sure that you can go to the bathroom and not stink up the whole place. I'm just saying, make sure you have access to fresh water. Like, go get access to, like, Dasani or PepsiCo or whatever it is that make bottled water, and just, take over that building. Aquafina, there's another brand. Just take over their building, and, there's some supplies right there. You can take over the whole business yourself if you have enough people. Because you need water and electricity. I myself, as a zombie, don't need water. It doesn't really do anything for me other than clean me if I want to be cleaned from, like, if I got too much blood and gunk on me. But yeah. Anyways, hope you're having a good day. Enjoy the rest of your night, afternoon, evening, whatever. I'll see you all later. Okay, bye.